See how our lighting is with this. Oops. Stick my hand in front. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, Sharon. I'll use this to fix my hair a little bit. All right. I actually showered today. Very exciting stuff. Hi, Paula. Take a sip. My drink. I'm so excited for today, you guys. Hi, Molly. How you doing, love? Cindy. How you doing, Molly? You doing okay? Oh, both Cindy's are here. Hi. Oh, thank you, Sharon. It's so good to see you guys. I figured now was the time to do a little face-to-face for a few minutes. We'll do some painting too. Hi, Tammy. How you doing? So good to see you. I have to grab my iPad. Hang on one second. So we made Audrey a new hoodie so that she doesn't scratch herself, because she ended up scratching herself under here. So the normal hoodie she wears was not doing so well. So let's see if I can get this so you can see her. Actually, here, I'll just take you over with me. And we'll say hello to Audrey. Oops, I sat on my curtain. Oops, sat on it again. We'll say hello to Audrey. Hello, Audrey. Hello. I have a stuffed sock around my neck now, and I'm really angry. I know. She's so angry. But I think it's going to work, and I think we might actually get her to stop scratching. Everybody hanging in? Hello, Catherine. Elizabeth, you're so excited. I'm so glad. Hi, Jerry Lynn. How you doing, love? Keep going. You're hanging in. How's school going, Molly? You doing okay? Is there anything we can do to help support you? I'm sorry for you've been through so much, Tammy. Just know they're sending you so much love. We see you and we love you. I know. Hi, Catherine. Getting all kinds of time with Catherine lately. What's going on? It's good to see ya. All right. So yeah, it was an interesting morning. I kind of had this, I had a cone that I tried to put on her and it didn't fit, and a little bit of time on Pinterest at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's where we ended up. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm just going to check on something here. Make sure that it works. So as you know, today is the big day. So after going through the hints that I've put on, what guesses do you guys have? Oh, we miss you too, Catherine. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. It's been heavy for you. And I hope that life starts to get a little bit easier. I really do. So I just realized I screwed up in my thing here, so bear with me one second. And now let's refresh. I'm learning so much new stuff about getting my website together, but a pet alpaca, a clothing line. I do have some stuff on deck for clothing that I am looking at. I'm gonna start with, I've got quite a bit of stuff actually ready from the print on demand shop. So here's the thing that's happening with the clothing and with the bags and all of that sort of stuff, is that it's taking me some time because I have to work the cost of shipping into the price of the item because it's not shipping directly from me. So it's taking a little bit of time to kind of go through and figure out what the average cost of shipping is, because You know, if I ship it alone, it's $10, but if it ships with other items, it might be only $3. So I want to kind of come up with a good average there. But there's going to be throw pillows, there's going to be duvet covers, there's going to be lots of t-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of stuff like that. So it is coming. It is definitely coming. Oh God, a pet alpaca would be amazing. School is busy. Everything is busy right now. Everything is crazy. It feels like it's very hectic right now. And I think that that's part of it. You know, we've gone from a year and a half of a little bit more chill and being forced to slow down. And now that everyone's starting up again, it's just all super. Oh, Tammy, I'm so sorry. Well, if it gives you some time to have a little bit of a breath, then that's all we can hope for. And we're sending you so much love. I'm so sorry. It's horrible. Sending love to you, sending so much love. So much love. Working and do a lot of repairs around the house. Yeah, it never ends, right, Catherine? But I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're doing well. I hope work is going well. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Rex. How you doing? Good to see ya. So, clothing line was one guess. Pet alpaca was another guess. Oh, Tammy, don't ever. No, we are still here to give each other love. Nip that right in the bud right now, Tammy. Never, ever, ever. That is not something to ever worry about, okay? Please. We love you, and we're sending you so much love, and don't ever, ever hesitate to tell us how you're doing. Give us the opportunity to send you that love. Okay, Tammy, please? We love ya. Look at all the love coming right to ya. Barb's here, dragging ass today. Hi, Colleen. Colleen's watching from South Africa. Catherine Bailey, a paint line. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, you know what I should be announcing? I should be announcing some kind of sponsorship or partnership with Dollarama, for crying out loud. Right, Paula? But that's not it. But I can tell you right now that every time I'm painting something or using paints that I got from Dollarama, I'm starting to tag them. And we're going to start filling up those comments saying, hey, Dollarama, sponsor me. Let's go. Let's partner somehow. Let's see. Oh, we love you right back. Exactly, Elizabeth. Well said. We're friends, good times and bad. That's what we are here for. We are here to love each other. Hey, everybody. Oh, did Janice pop in? Hi, Janice. I'm sorry if I missed you there. Yes, Molly, right? Hi, Betty. How you doing? Hello in Southern California. Whereabouts in Southern California are ya? Yeah, Dollarama would be great. Would be amazing. Hi, Wendy. My friend Wendy that used to live in the apartment downstairs from me is on here right now. So, any other guesses? So it's not a Dollarama partnership or sponsorship. It's not a paint line. It is not a clothing line. Lake Forest. Is that near? I used to spend quite a bit of time down in San Clemente. Is it anywhere near there? Oh, Molly, is your autocorrect and auto typing is not helping you today, eh? And it's not tools. I'm having fun with you because I don't think that you would ever guess it. Because I don't think that there's anybody in the dot mandala space that has done this yet. So I think this is something really unique for our space. So I'm really excited to hear what you think. Hello in India. Oh, missed you too, Rex. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're starting to feel human again, and just know that we're here for you, okay? We love you. Nope, it's not a tool. Yeah, Molly's phone is betraying her. A cult? No, I'm not enough of an evil mastermind for it. Nope. More hints? You want me to try again? Okay. Oh, no. I'm trying to think if there are, what other hints there could be. Do you ever have a project that you need to sit down and start, but you just have such big artist block that you just don't even know where to start? Okay, Betty. All right. Not an art retreat yet. I do have a relationship with art resin. They are in the process of editing that video that we created a couple of months ago when I was there. So that will be coming out soon. I feel like there's so many things that are on deck right now. Exactly, Tammy. We're all ready. No, not a coffee line. I would like to have my own tea though sometime. That would be kind of cool. That would be really neat. Yeah, we're already in the dotting cult, aren't we? So yeah, so you've had those moments, Cindy, where you just sit down and you say, I know that I want to paint. I know what I, even maybe what I want to paint on, but I don't know how to go forward. And Elizabeth, you're really close, and that tells me that you and I need to chat a little bit. You're kind of close. I'm not opening a shop, Paula, someday maybe. Oh, furniture line. Oh, maybe someday. All right, you ready? You ready for it? Molly. Oh, Molly is the closest yet. Okay. This is really, really cool. And Elizabeth, that is a road I really, really want to go down. So this is so, so cool because it is one of the things that I actually wanted to kind of talk to you guys and brainstorm about a little bit is, you know, if I could work with you hand in hand to walk you through a project, whatever that project is that we got together once a week and just kind of brainstormed and help you through that. Is that something that you would want to work with me on? Like do a one-on-one virtual kind of thing. That's not the launch for today. But what I am going to show you is what I did create. And I'm so excited. Okay. About a year and a half ago, I bought a deck of cards. And this deck of cards was called an Edison deck. And it was basically a journaling deck. So when you didn't know what to journal for the day, you would shuffle and you would pull a card from the deck. So I have created a dot mandala inspiration deck. I have created a deck of 52 cards. Now there's a change that I'm going to tell you about when we talk about the picture on the back, but it's a deck of 52 cards. And it's all backwards here, but they all have different words. So when you read the word anticipation, close your eyes, feel into that word. What colors do you see? What kind of energy do you want to put into that painting? Close your eyes and think of a teacher that you've learned from in school or in this art form, anything like that, that you can close your eyes and picture that person and paint something inspired by what you feel by that person. Then let's look. Then we have ones that are technical ones, color grades. I know it's backwards and I know it's really hard to see, but color grades. So do a 2-color color grade, practice that. Do one that is all swoops. A color blind, throw 3 colors into a bag and pull 3 colors out and then create something with it. Create a mandala that is inspired by someone that you love. So there's 52 cards in here. So, thank you. I'm so excited. You know, do you ever have those moments where you have this idea and you go, oh my God, that's it. Hi, Jade. And you just have this moment where you're like, oh my God, that's it. I pulled out the Edison deck for the first time in a year and a half. I'd had it for a year and a half, and for some reason I had never used it. And I was sitting there one night and I'm like, I'm going to journal tonight because why not, right? And I pulled out the Edison deck and I literally had pulled the deck out of the box and just had this moment and I just went, oh my God. And I took out my notebook and I started writing. I wrote out all 52 ideas. I was writing and writing and writing. I got online. I found a manufacturer. I figured out how we had to do this and how we could, you know, I need to do a pre-order for this. So the one thing that I did change, when I made this deck, I did it all with the same image on the back, okay? This was my very first large painting. You guys have seen this large teal one before. Okay, but what I realized is that 52 cards with all the same image, meh. The words are nice, that's helpful, but the thing that I have just finished and that is going to be on the next decks, the ones that you guys can order, is every single card is going to have a different picture of something that I have painted. So you could decide that today you want to pull a word or a card from the word side to inspire you and to help you create, or you might say, I don't want words today. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna pull a card from the deck and I'm gonna take inspiration from the picture that I see. So in the deck, there are 52 different word prompts and 52 different images. So do you wanna see some of the images? So I'm thinking like a tarot card, right? You sit and you have a little bit of deep breathing and you center yourself and you ground yourself. You shuffle your deck. I'm totally missing all of the comments and I'm so sorry. I'm seeing little bits coming through and I'm too excited to shut up. I can't stop talking. And then you just kind of close your eyes and you pull a card from the deck, right? Now, the one thing that is so important to remember, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, is if you pull a deck from the card and you go, ugh, I don't want to do a project with top dots on it today. I really don't want to. Then don't do it. It's about tuning into yourself and really listening to yourself and getting in touch with what you want to do and what you want to feel. So yeah, so I'd originally called it a year of dot mandalas, thinking 52 cards in 52 weeks, but you can use it however you want. And it's really 104 different things, right? Because you've got the words and then you've got the images. Do you want to see? Okay, so I'll show you some of the images that are on the other side. They are available for pre-order on my website right now. I need to have a minimum of 100 ordered in order to make my money back, right? To pay for the cost of it and be able to, again, it's my business. I want to make a little bit of money. It's not a huge profit there, but so I need a minimum of 100. So today it is a pre-order only. They are $44 for a deck plus shipping. Okay, so it has to be a pre-order. I have to get a minimum of 100 in order to place my order. If I get 100 or 500, whatever happens in there, yeah, right, like, can you imagine? I would absolutely, pardon my language, but I would shit my pants if I got that many orders. I don't know what to do. I would, just even thinking about it makes me kind of melt. But so once I hit 100 orders for these cards, 100 decks ordered, then I will place the order and get them all shipped in, and then I'm going to ship them out to you myself. Part of that is because I want to take a quick look at these to make sure that they're the quality that I want to. So it's not something that is ready to ship today. Financially, I just couldn't do it. So pre-order is a really great way to kind of figure that out. Sometimes your brain is cluttered with the other stuff. Exactly, right? And everything gets in the way. And I find because I'm running a business as well, I tend to go down the road a lot where I lose touch with what feels good to me, okay? If you go to my website and go to, I will show you the listing so you see what it looks like. In the section on my website, I know this is backwards again, that says create your own masterpiece. You will see this here. It says Dot Mandala Inspiration Deck, and it has the little pre-order flag on it. You know what? Why don't hang on. Let me turn the camera around so things aren't backwards anymore. You've seen my face long enough. So if you go to my website, when you go to my website, you'll see everything like this. If you go to create your own masterpiece, then I think you have to go to page 2. Yes, on page 2, you've got the Dot Mandala deck, okay? I ship worldwide, Colleen, so if you are able to do it online, I ship anywhere in the world, so that's not a problem at all. So let's show you some of the other images that are going to be on the back. So we've already seen this one, and, oops. So we're going to do, there's 5 sample images on on the listing. Oh, good, you searched for cards. Oh, well, look at you, Miss Fancy Pants, doing a search. Thank you for that. Oh, finance is the problem. And I get that. I totally understand. One of the things, though, that I'm going to be doing, Colleen, and I just have to learn how to do it, is there is an app called Shop. And it's by Shopify, but it will allow you to do installment payments, so you don't have to pay the whole amount right at the beginning. And just so you know, this is something that I intend to use in a giveaway at some point, but I am going to try and figure out how to set it up on the Shop app so that installment payments are available there too, so that it's one of those things, okay? So here is some of the different images. So we've got that one. That one's one of them. So it has a buy now. Let's have a look here, Tammy. So it should, so if you click on pre-order, why doesn't it? Pre-order, and then it just won't take you to your cart directly. So if you click on your cart, it should be there. Okay. So it doesn't automatically take you to your cart, Tammy, but click on your cart and see if it's there. I would have been stumped with that one too, because I would have thought it would automatically take you to your cart. Let's look at a couple other images here. So yeah, I am going to be looking at, I did some stones as well, so that there's some stones on there. Thank you so much, Molly. We've got some other things we need to talk about and revisit here too. So I put in a couple of pictures of the guitars in case there's some of that is inspiring to you. Right, all of these different images. So there's a whole bunch. I've got literally 52 different images that are going to be on this different card deck. I'm so friggin' excited, you guys. I'm so stinking excited. So please just know that if you do decide you want to order a deck today, please know that I will keep you posted once I hit 100 and I can actually place the order with the manufacturer. But please be patient with me. If you want an update and I haven't reached out to you yet, please reach out to me and I will give you whatever updates I have. And if things in your situation changes and you just can't do it anymore, I understand, and you can always cancel and get a refund if it's taking too long for you, okay? It is the candle holder we painted together, Molly. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Sorry, I'm back in the comments now, you guys. Thank you so much. I am so freaking excited. So freaking excited. It's one of the reasons why I've been trying to really get ahead of some of my projects and stuff, because I'm waiting for the day where I'm caught up on the projects that have to get done so I can wake up in the morning, meditate, grab my deck of cards, and just sit down and paint what comes to me. I'm so freaking excited. The cards will come in a black velvet bag as well. And you know what else I'm going to do? I want to kind of work these into some lives where we pull a card and do some of these together. So if you can't get a deck of cards, that's okay. I'm going to create we'll do some free lives together while we just pull a card and we paint together. And then we can share the images of, if I picked the word giddy and I painted something, and then your painting would be completely different. Right? So then we can start to share all of those and share those together. When you do get the deck as well, there is going to be a private Facebook group as well that is going to be for just sharing the journey with the cards. You might say, let's do a challenge. So everybody, let's do a card a day. Maybe it's something like that, and we can create some challenges along with it. Let me just scroll back. Molly, what did I see? Yes, we totally should do this and see how see what changes, right? So we're going to put these together. We're going to do some lives. So again, yeah, if you can't buy the deck, I get it. It's okay. If somebody wanted me to spend $45 plus shipping today, I wouldn't be able to do it either. So I understand, and it's totally fine. So just know that I will be doing some free lives with these as well. We'll do kind of like a little bit of a breathing session, and we'll kind of get together and we'll just start to paint, and then we can share it. And the Facebook group will be there for you when you do buy the deck, so that we can just kind of help each other, see what other people are getting. Like, it would be really cool to be able to see what, like, if you have the word proud, see what all of them are, right? And see what other people are saying. Oh, thank you guys. Yay. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that this is something that sticks. They are, hi Nancy, sorry. They are not a regular size deck. They are the size of a tarot deck. So let me pull my hand back here. They are basically, I think they're 3 inches by 5 inches. Let me move this out of the way so you can see the size. So they're 3 inches by 5 inches. So they're a good size deck. They're a really nice smooth finish, and they're a fairly decent thick cardboard as well. So that's those. I feel like I need to get a pen and paper to write down all of these amazing ideas though, and I want to know what questions you guys have for me and what I can answer for you. Oops. So I'm just grabbing my pen and paper. And I would love to kind of, I know this is incredibly selfish of me. I will put a mug party on for Patreon. We did a great mug party last night. I will put that on Patreon. I will put this video there as well. But I understand that there's nothing really that you're kind of learning from me. I think this is going to turn into much more of a conversation than I anticipated. But let's see. You like the adult language section? That's going to get bigger too. That's going to get a lot bigger. Paula, you have another idea. What's the idea? The cards gave me the new idea. Oh, fantastic. I love that. Oh, Catherine, I'm so glad you like it. No, they're inspiration deck. 3-dimensional, flower, seed of life, based on memories, adventure, life event that you want to commemorate, gratitude, 10-color minimum mandala. Maybe you want to do an urchin style. Oh, I like that one. No guidelines. Do a mandala with no guidelines. What does the word time mean? Or time it. Right? There's so many different ways, and it's all based on how you interpret it. There's no wrong answer, which is something that we talk about a lot in these lives. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way to do this. Right? Okay, I'm scrolling. I'm catching. What happens after the initial 100? Absolutely nothing. I can keep going. I just have to order them in batches of a minimum of 100. So then that's good. So 100, 500, 1,000, 102 makes no difference. I just have to have 100 there. What I'm hoping to do, Janice, is to be able to eventually build up some of my own inventory so that I don't have to order big batches like that. That's the goal. I know we all use so much digital technology, but I still use this item at my desk and in the kitchen. What you got? What, Paula? I would lose cards almost instantly. Oh, yeah. When you've got little kids, you definitely want to watch them, for sure. One of the things that I want to do, though, is a lot of the dollar stores, they have the wooden boxes that you can paint yourself. Right? So how cool would it be to create a little box that even has a little lock and a latch on it, and you could have your own little locked box, paint a mandala on the box to hold your cards that are your mandala cards. Oh, thanks, Tammy. This is one of the designs I came up with for these ornaments. I've had these ornaments for about 4 years, and they've never made it out of the package. I bought them in Target when Target was here in Canada. And I just decided to paint them one day. They were nice, quick little projects. There you go. They're not going away. They're definitely not going away. These cards are staying. Can the next set be bad words to go on that section of your page? And Elizabeth, it's so funny because I immediately thought, okay, so then there's expansion decks, right? Just like when you buy an expansion deck for Cards Against Humanity. Oh yeah, there's going to be a foul language one. There is going to be one that is maybe all color suggestions. One is maybe all word suggestions. Those are the things that I really want to get a lot of feedback from you guys on what other kinds of decks that you might want to see. Oh, thanks, Janice. Okay, Paula, what's the other idea in the kitchen? Did I miss it? Oh, no, it's coming, it's coming. Ooh, a calendar. Yes. Okay, so we need expansion packs. And one of them being swear words. We need a calendar. And it's funny because it was something that we talked about on the mug party last night, that Fine Rosa does kind of like an advent calendar kind of idea. And I think that could be really interesting too. But a year, like, so I could do a calendar and every month has 4 different mandala prompts and suggestions, right? That could be kind of cool. Oh, and swear words, color suggestions. Okay. A yearly school planner for stressed out. Ooh, Molly, we might have to chat about that. Ooh, famous artist names. Famous dot artist names. You know, paint one that's inspired by Delicate Dots Andrea, that's inspired by, I need to contact them to make sure I can use them and stuff too. Yes, color palettes, great idea. I'm definitely going to create a card box live because I want to do one so bad. I want to paint one so bad. So calendars, I'll put that there. There are a couple different options where we can get that produced, I think, Paula. So that is definitely something that is, I was just going to say that can be in the cards. And then I realized that's too cheesy even for me. Okay, just had to take a drink. I've been talking so much. Gotta go fix my shower today. Just wanted to drop in and hear what you're new. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to pop in, Catherine. Good luck fixing your shower. You're working hard. We love ya. Kathy, the cards are 3 by 5. Kind of like, I modeled them after tarot cards. So for this particular company, this is the size their tarot cards are. Blank card boxes. Okay, I can do that. What a perfect opportunity to ask Dollarama for a sponsorship, because then they can send me a whole bunch of those boxes. Dollarama, if you're listening, at Dollarama, we're ready. So yeah, like I envisioned maybe running some challenges. I envisioned maybe running a challenge that you don't have to have the deck. I pull the card and we do like a collective thing there, right? There's all kinds of different things that we can do there to really use these cards together, and ways to inspire you for different ways to use them individually on your own, right? So like it would be cool to kind of be able even to use this for just naming your paintings, right? To be able to paint a painting and actually name it. Christina Lee inspires me every single time because she is so thoughtful and mindful in the stories behind her paintings and the names of her paintings. And it's one of the things that she has really inspired me to do, is to be more mindful and think about how I can kind of pour some emotion and stories into my paintings. And I love the idea of being able to do that, because up until now, it's like, well, it's because I like teal and I just went with it. Like I didn't really have anything, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I've been craving going a different direction with that. Oh, an index card box. Oh, that's a good idea. Yep, that would totally work. That would totally work. I envision buying one of those boxes and buying some like velvet and gluing it so like it's all super pretty and almost gothic looking and creak as I open it. Like, I think it could be a lot of fun with that. Becoming a bad influence. Yesterday, glitter Mod Podge. Today, teak boxes. There's so much stuff. And I am so freaking giddy about these. So you're going to see a big change in my content. A lot of my content is going to be driven by these cards going forward. So there's a couple different things that I'm going to be doing. One is I am going to be sending out an invitation to all of my Patreon members to jump on a call with me. I really would like to do a Zoom call with all of us. We can just sit and paint together, bring something and paint. We'll sit and chat. I want to know that what I'm delivering to you as part of the Patreon membership is something that is valuable. And I would love, love, love to just kind of chat about what we should do going forward. And are there changes we should make? Or is there other things that I should be offering that I'm not yet? I would love to be able to do that for those that are willing, of course. I also want to be doing a lot more live events where I am painting from these cards. So keep your eyes open. I am very close to, I think, one more week getting settled here at Mom's, and I am going to be ready to start going back to a very robust and full live schedule. I want to be going live a minimum of 5 times a week, bare minimum. Bare minimum. So there's all of that sort of stuff, okay? Let's see. Oh, scrolling back. The index box, the index card boxes, maybe that's an option too that I could look at like a Dollarama or something, because I think the dollar stores will sell plastic ones with lids. So I can look at the index card boxes that they have compared to the ones that you can buy and paint, right? So we'll have a look. Some of that stuff Christina sells from Mustafa Art. What is that stuff? Way to market the use of your product. Well, and you know, it's going to help me. One of my big things, not only being more mindful in what I'm creating, I want some accountability and I want to boost my productivity. If I'm going to make this business really work and turn it into a successful business that pays my bills and allows me to thrive and enjoy life and to do all the things that I want to do, I need to be more productive. And there's been a whole bunch of reasons why that hasn't happened up until now, and that's fine. But going forward, I want to be more productive. So I'm going to be challenging myself a lot with these cards to see what else I can put out there, to be more consistent with my content, to be more consistent with what I'm actually doing. Thanks, Paula. Sharon's making a tin helmet. They're great. Thank you so much, Kathy. And that's why I was kind of having some fun with the hints, because the hints were all ideas that you could, or things you could ask yourself and talk to yourself about when you draw a card, when you're going to create something. And I was really having fun with the hints because I hadn't seen anybody in this space with the dot mandalas. I hadn't seen anybody do this yet. And I was just so freaking excited to see what you guys thought. Oh, they have wood ones too, Janice. Ooh, that would be really good. Okay. All right, I'm going to do some Googling and see what I can find. I know, it's so hard, eh, Mandy? It's so hard. I'm going to be talking to a couple different shipping providers to see if there's anything that I can do about that. It's so difficult, but I'm hoping that I can try and figure something else to help the shipping be a little bit less expensive. Oh, that would be beautiful, Kathy. That would be cool. A color palette cards. Yeah, that would be neat, eh? And again, you can use images, right? You can, so even when you look at the images on the cards that they're here, you can even just look and say, I'm gonna pull the color palette from this. It doesn't even have to be about the design. There's so much you can pull there. An expansion set aimed for people who paint with children. I would need somebody who is an expert at that sort of stuff. I am not somebody who has any experience with kids. And to be brutally honest, it's not a direction I really want to go. So there might be somebody that maybe I can partner with to come up with that. Yes, I did find a Canadian manufacturer, Kathy. I was so excited. So excited. The good news is when I ordered this deck, I mean, it was only a single deck, but I got it with within a week of ordering it, which was really nice. So yeah, if there's somebody who would want to work with me on a kids deck, the thing is that we want to we still need to get those minimum orders, right? We need to get those minimum of 100 to make it so that it's actually worthwhile. So as long as we can get a minimum of 100, then we are golden. Otherwise, it might take a little bit of time, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm really freaking excited. And I'm so glad that you guys liked it. I'm in the UK. Oh, yeah, it's super. Oh, Mandy, I'm sorry. That sucks. Well, Mandy, maybe we need to talk about how to make you a UK distributor. Maybe that is something that we should talk about. I need 100 decks of cards, orders for 100 decks of cards. So I'm not placing an order with the manufacturer until I can order at least 100 decks. There's 52 cards in every deck. There's actually 54 because I did a little instruction card, one about the cards, one about ways to use the deck so that comes with it as well. And on the back of the about cards, they are... I'm also going to have the QR code to take you to the private Facebook group to post about all of this. No, so there's 52 actual usable cards and the 2 instruction cards. So it's 100 decks that I need to be able to order from the manufacturer. So that is the goal. That is what we're trying to do, is to get to that 100. And again, I'm going to be using these cards for a lot of my content. So please know, like Mandy, anybody else who is not in a position to buy, keep an eye on my live schedule and on my content. I am going to be using these an absolute crap ton. So you can still join in with us on that, okay? And it's so funny, Kathy, because that was my original thing, was to call this deck a year of mandalas, a year of dot mandalas. So that could be a really good way to put it in for the kids decks, you know, because we might decide that we want to do one a day for a month. We might decide that we want to do one a week. We might want to decide we want to do a couple challenges kind of all in conjunction with each other. There's so many options of all the things you can do with these. And that's what I really want to explore with my content and with playing with these decks myself, right? Well, and that's the thing. There are, and I thought of, you know, for 52 days, paint a mini mandala. Like if I paint one of these small stones every day, right? Hi, Kamala, and hi, Paula. So yes, you did, but we will go over it again. So this is a 52 card deck of their tarot size cards, and they all have different prompts on the back. So you can use them as an inspiration deck when you have artist block, if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to hold yourself accountable and set some goals. All of these are different prompts. Now, the thing that is different, though, about the decks that you can order off my website is this deck that I did have all the same image on the back. The decks that you are going to be able to order are going to have 52 unique images. So not only Are you going to have 52 word prompts? You are going to have 52 image prompts as well. So you can decide to shuffle the deck and pull a card from one of the pictures or one of the words. I'm calling it the Dot Mandala Inspiration Deck for now. And yes, that's a really good point. If there's anybody else in the UK that wants to order a deck that can share shipping costs with Mandy, let's please shoot me messages and let me know, and I'll put up some posts when I post on social media to just say, hey, listen, if you're in a spot that has a high shipping cost, work together and help really kind of figure out how you can reduce those shipping costs together, okay? So yeah, I'm calling it the Dot Mandala Inspiration Deck. I had thought of calling it, like I said, a year of dot mandalas because of the 52 decks, the 52 cards, but I didn't want, that was almost a little too instructive for me. I really wanted to keep it a lot more broad. I didn't want to interfere with the inspiration that people could take from it and the ideas that they can come up with, right? These cards as well, like I said, there is going to be a private Facebook group. So if you have this deck of cards so that you can share the journey that you're going on, you might want to see what other people are creating for the same prompt. I think it would be cool to have albums of all of the different card prompts and be able to share what the different images are that we all came up together, right? There's so much of all of that, so many freaking ideas. It's so, I can't stop. I can't stop. Hi, Christina. Thank you. You helped inspire this deck, Christina, because you inspire me to be more mindful and think about some meaning behind my paintings and all of that. So thank you for that. Thanks, guys. Molly's got to go train for a cross-country race. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thanks, Molly. Please take care of yourself, Molly. We're sending you so much love. You got this, and we are here for you. You need a cheerleader call. You just say the word, and we will definitely do a live again very, very soon. Okay? Love you, Molly. Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, thank you, Paula. So that is, so they're all going to have 52 different images on the back. Like some of them are going to have images of stones that I've painted, of different candle holders, different things like that I've painted. Some of them are going to have canvases that I've painted. Like that's another one of the card backs. You know, the 3D one. I even took photos of like stones that I've painted, right? Because there's some cool ideas that we've done together. So that's where we're at with this. And I'm just so excited to see where this goes and to see what everybody comes up with when you guys are creating, and to sit and kind of paint together. Now that I am a group expert on Christina's Facebook group as well, I will be doing lives there too. So Christina and I will be working out a schedule of going live there, and I'll do some lives with the deck there as well. I'm excited to get, I like this deck, that this is going to be kind of a one-of-a-kind deck because it's going to be the only one that has all of the same images on the back, but I'm really kind of excited to get another one of the other decks too. I'm going to definitely have to go through all of these comments because there were some absolutely incredible ideas of things to do going forward that I'm going to look through, and I need to remember who gave me, who put those ideas in there, who suggested those ideas, because I want to work together, because if there's ways that we can all thrive through this, then let's do that. Let's work together and create some really cool shit that we can just all have fun with together and just keep enjoying. You know, the art retreats is one thing. I would love to teach classes. One, I think it was Elizabeth that was the first to say it at the beginning, was inspiration coaching. That is something that I've been thinking of for a very long time, and I have gotten in my own way so many ways I would love to know if I was to start offering coaching to say, hey, what's a project that you really want to do, that you're scared to do and you don't want to do it alone, that you want someone to kind of be there with you and go through the process with you and kind of hold your hand through the process? I want to do that with you. I want to figure out what that looks like for you. Like if you've always wanted to do a large canvas and you want someone to be there with you through the whole process, let's talk about that. If that's something that you would ever be interested in, I would love to hop on a Zoom call with you and just kind of brainstorm what kind of support it is that you'd be looking for, because I love doing that stuff. And it doesn't even need to be dot mandala stuff. I've had a couple of friends that I've gotten on calls with them and I've said, okay, what is it that you want to do? I had a friend who she makes candles, and she's like, I watched your TikTok. I know what you're doing. I don't know how you're doing it. I think I want to try it too. I've got some time and some availability on my hands to do it. What are your suggestions? And we got on the phone and talked for about an hour and a half, and she had a very long to-do list of things to do going forward. I would love to do that kinds of stuff. So if that's something that even slightly sparks your interest, please reach out to me and let me know. Yes, definitely not doing the large canvas if it's going to result you being in pain. That is definitely not a road we want to go on. But who knows what there is. Maybe you want to start playing with art resin. Maybe you want someone to kind of be there with you and hold your hand going through the process of coating canvases in art resin, or making pendants, or there's a new project that you want to go through, right? My grandkids want me to do a 24 by 36 inch painting of Hi for their, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Kathy. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's a big canvas though. That's a really big canvas. So if you guys have any questions about these cards, the rooster from Moana. Oh, hey, okay. I haven't seen Moana. Sharon, okay, reach out to me and let me know so if you can send me a message, if the individual coaching is something that sounds interesting to you, let's chat. Let's chat a little bit. Let's set up a time to do that. Or if you want to just kind of write out and say, if you would do this for me, that's how I want to spend time, right? So write it out or reach out to me and we will schedule some time to chat, because I think that could be a really interesting thing to explore a little bit. Oh, Mandy, it was so good to see you. And yes, please be in touch about the cards. And we'll do whatever we can to try and help get them to you. Because if we can help alleviate some of the shipping concerns, then we will work together to do that for you, okay? We will figure it out. So yeah, I feel like I've just completely started with all of this energy and now I'm completely empty. Like I'm for the last hour and just kept on talking. So with that being said, what questions do you guys have? Do you have any questions for me? What are you working on right now that I can be helping you with? What other things would you like to see as part of my Patreon membership? Are there changes for those of you who are part of the Patreon? Are there changes that you would like to see in there? What other things would you like to, regardless of Patreon, what other things would you like to see done on these lives? What other things we can see? Just got here. So the new product, Jade, is an inspiration deck. An inspiration deck of cards. So yeah, just like a tarot deck, you shuffle your deck at the beginning of the day after doing a meditation or taking some deep breaths, or if you are having some artist block, then you can pull a card and it can give you inspiration on something to work on for that day. And then on the back, my deck here has only one image on all of them, but the deck that is now available on my website is going to have 52 unique images. So all 52 images. Patterns. Okay, so patterns are really tough for me, Kathy, so that's going to take me a bit to kind of learn that. So, but I will add it to my list. It's not something I've done up until this point, so it is something that I will make an active effort to come up with for patterns. Only because I don't normally have my wits about me enough to remember to write down the tool sizes and take pictures at the right spot. So I will definitely work on that and develop the discipline to do that. Holiday themes, yes. I'm going to do, I'm also going to introduce some holiday themes. I'm going to have some, just like I have the mug painting parties, I'm going to have some ornament painting parties too. Okay? So we're going to do that. I've got a couple really, really cool patterns. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll start with those, Kathy. I've got some cool patterns that I'm just working out some kinks on. I'm doing some test ones to see how they turn out. Maybe those will be the first patterns that I can do. More teapot paintings, absolutely. So I have more teapots. Thank you, Sharon. I've got, I haven't brought them over from the camper yet. They are actually going to be coming back here with me on Monday. Monday, I go back up to the farm to bring another truckload of stuff here to Mom's. So I will have a significantly higher amount of my stuff here with me after Monday. So that will definitely be coming back. So I'm going to write that down too. Teapots. I need to do the hurricane vase that I started over a year ago, and finish it. Thanks, Jade. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really cool. So you can be inspired by the image. You can pull the color palette from the image. You can look at the words. You can create a challenge for yourself. And there's going to be a private Facebook group that you can share what you're creating. So there'll be a private Facebook group with this as well. Right? Great original one-of-a-kind stuff. Totally. And because half the time, though, when you sit and you go, like even with this, I have this, but I'm going to have to be very conscious of what sizes did I use? I don't know. Right? But I can figure some of them out for sure. And then when I know to go back in and replicate it, I can start creating that stuff. So I will definitely start figuring out some patterns and see what I can do. I would so pay for one-on-one to help me with my first 3 or 4 rows. I would love to do that. That would be so fun. So much fun, Elizabeth. Okay, can you reach out to me and we'll set up a time. I'm going to write down Elizabeth and Sharon. And we'll go one-on-one. All right, so we'll have set up some time to chat there. Film yourself making a project and show what tool you use. Oh, that's a good idea. And then I can pull all the information from there. Kathy, you're brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. And I can show mixing the paints and I can show the paint colors that I use and all of that sort of stuff, can't I? And then you know what? I can create another avenue of income for myself because I could even put some of those on Skillshare and sell some online courses that have nothing to do with Patreon and everything else. The idea is to create multiple sources of income, right? And get your stuff in as many different places as you possibly can. Because then as long as I can pay my bills and grow all I want to do is pay my bills and grow my business, right? That's a brilliant idea. Thank you so much, Kathy. That's what I'm going to do. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And every single one of you can do the same thing. If you ever want to create some patterns of your one-of-a-kind stuff and sell them, do it. Do it. This is not something that is only a one-sided, one-person thing. Every single one of you, if you ever wanted to and felt inspired to, you certainly don't have to. Your passion and what you do for joy can just be for you and for doing it for joy. But if you ever wanted to do that and look at a way to do that as a form of income, maybe it's just for fun money to pay for your habit, pay for the paints. It doesn't matter. So any of these ideas that are there, just remember that you can do these too. Notes for tool sizes, sorry, my alarm went off there. I'll create lots of notes for that sort of stuff, and I will do that going forward. and try to just create a bunch of notes. And what I will do is I will pull out the actual sizes, at least for my DIY Mandala Stones tools, so that if you're using a different set. And I want to talk to Erin Ridley as well, because I want to send people to go to her site, because she has a conversion chart that can be really helpful. So Erin Ridley, if you are not familiar with her already, she does have a conversion chart that takes all of the main different brands of dotting tools and compares the sizes. So keep that in mind if you need it. Oh, bye, Cindy. It was good to see you, Cindy. Thanks for popping in. Thank you. This is my first actual launch that I've ever done like this, and it was so much fun. I'm so excited. And it's I can't wait to paint. You know, I can't wait to start using them. Hi, Lori. Conversion chart comes with every pattern. Okay. I'll have to, maybe I can, I'll partner with her somehow to see if I can make sure that you get that. So the reveal, Lori, is that I have made an inspiration deck for dot mandalas. So if you've had artist block, if you are struggling for different ideas, if you want inspiration for color palettes, for inspiration for ideas on what you're painting, you can take this deck and you can shuffle it and you can say, I'm going to paint a dot mandala that's inspired by a fictional character, right? Or that's inspired by someone who is a teacher of mine. Or you can say, I don't want to be inspired by words today. I'm going to draw a card and be inspired by the picture. Or I'm looking for an inspiration of a color palette. So this deck is all, I made the first one with all the same colors and all the same image on the back. But going forward, there will be 52 unique images. All right, perfect. I will mention that to Erin and see what we can do for that. Because if I can drive that to her, that would be amazing. Paint a dot mandala with a turkey as inspiration. Well, and you know what? Maybe that's something that I can put in an expansion deck, right? Like if you want to paint a mandala that's inspired, just like I did the sunflower one, right? So think specific things from nature. Do an elephant inspired one, and you can do the shape, or you can just take the colors from there. So many different ideas, so many. It's really endless, all of the different things that we could do with all of this, right? Which would be so freaking cool. Oh, that's amazing. That'll be good colors. Are you doing the shape of a turkey, Kathy, or are you doing just the colors from it? Thank you, Kathy Howard. I'm so glad you like them. I'm so excited. So these are going to be, like I said, these are going to be driving a ton of my content going forward, and they are going to be driving a lot of my lives. I'm going to be using these on almost all of my lives going forward. I haven't even started posting about this deck on TikTok yet, so I have no idea what the response is going to be like there. So I'm going to start using this to drive my TikTok content, and you guys are going to see that as well. And again, know that if you do get the deck, there is going to be a private Facebook group where you can share what you're working on, what cards you pulled for the day. You can use it for accountability to say, hey, I'm putting this here, that I'm going to do one a week for the next 3 months, whatever that thing is, and to let us help you and inspire you. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really fun thing for this wonderful little community of ours. And again, if you are not in a position to buy the deck, please don't stress out. Please don't feel like, I'm going to find as many ways to incorporate this into day-to-day so that you will be able to enjoy some of it along with us. Okay, even if you don't have a deck at home yourself. So yeah, ooh, a turkey shape. Oh, nice. That's something that I've never done is like things in a shape. So that maybe that's something that I need to explore sometime, right? So that's the big reveal. I'm really excited. I'm really glad that you guys are excited. I'm really glad that you guys are, just optimistic for me with all of this. I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how it goes, and just to see what happens. I'm really, really, really excited. So if you have questions, please let me know. And if you have other ideas or things that you would like to see me do, let me know. I will start to work on patterns. I will do some holiday themed lives and ornament painting parties, and those will be some patterns as well. Oh, it's going to be for the daycare. Oh, that's going to be lovely. Oh, the kids are going to love that. Now does everyone see why people call me Chatty Kathy? I love it. I love it, Kathy. I love it, love it, love it. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful for all of the interactions that you guys have in here with us, with each other. It's just absolutely amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. So, with that being said, anybody feel like watching me do some painting? Are we tapped out for the day? Have I talked your ear off enough? Or should we sit and paint for an hour? What do you think? I kind of think we should paint. I kind of want to do some more of these little ornaments. What do you think? Yeah? Yep, I'm totally up for doing some painting. I'm super pumped now. And Elizabeth and Sharon, I will reach out to you to chat about the one-on-one stuff. And if anybody else wants to jump on a brainstorming call, you let me know. I owe you another hour. No problem, Barb. I'm on it. I'm on it. We got it. I'm just going to try and get a little bit more light here, and I'm going to move my camera over here. I'm still working on lighting here. I've got a beautiful chandelier up above me here, but it's very, very yellow light. So I'm going to be getting some white light bulbs that are hopefully a little bit more powerful. I am going to take a sip to drink first. I got a gift. If anybody sees Axel, I haven't seen Axel in a while. If you see Axel, please let me know what their username is now, because they were kind and they sent me a bottle of Martha Stewart multi-surface pearl craft paint in this beautiful moonstone color. And that is what I'm using to paint these ornaments. Unfortunately, Kathy, my dear, I found these at Target when Target was in Canada. They have been sitting in the box for about 3 or 4 years, and I've never touched them. And then I was moving stuff out of storage, and I came across them. I'm like, well, I can paint those. So I'm gonna paint these, and I'm gonna actually have them as sets, offer them as sets on my website. So I'm gonna do all of the pink ones the same. And then I only have one of these red ones left because I'll show you the red ones that I did before. I'm not happy with the pattern that I used on the first one. I've got 3 of each color. This was the first red one that I did. And then I've got another one. I know, aren't they cute? If I could find them again, and it might be the kind of thing I might need to order a bunch from Target if they have them online, because they're super cute. Get to work, you have inventory to catch up on. No freaking kidding. As of right now, like before I can really sit down and just relax into using the deck of cards, I have an order for 7 piggy banks that I have to paint. I have an order for 4 mugs that I have to paint, and I have an order for either 4 or 5 7-piece sets of chakra stones that I have to paint. So this week is all about getting caught up on those orders so that I can get into all of this. And I'm going to try and incorporate the cards in there as well with at least something small every day. Oh, that drink was good. All right, sit tight for 2 seconds, you guys. I'm going to go find the other red ornament and show you the pattern that I've decided on for the other one here. Hold on. How's my Audrey and her donut? Poor Audrey and her donut. Kathy Howarth, I was gonna call you and say, hey, do you think you could like make an actual one of these? We have 2 socks stuffed with pillow stuffing to keep Miss Audrey from scratching, because she has a really, really bad spot that her normal hoodie just wasn't covering. So she's going to be living in the donut for a little while. It looks like a little mini airplane pillow. And she's mad. She's really mad. But I think it's actually going to work. And it might actually allow her to heal a bit and get on top of this stuff, right? Which would be really nice. All right, so let's talk about, you sent me a pic of last night's piece. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I want to see. I can't wait to see. We had a great mug party last night. So this video from today will go on Patreon for the Patreon members who are still here. But know that I will also throw up last night's mug painting party as well, since today was really not a lot of tutorial stuff. So this is the other one that I did. Now, here's the big difference. This one, I did the spacing so that everything would fall neatly into the 6 points of the star. I did not do that with this one, and I did not do it with this one. So I'm actually gonna go forward with this design, but I'm gonna fix the spacing so that everything, it's basically the same design, but it still fits in the 6 spokes. So why don't we start with this one? Because here's the issue. I already laid down the first row of dots. So I've got to now try and change the spacing so that we can get that spacing in the right spot. So I'll show you how I'm gonna do that on here, even though it's going to look really wonky at the beginning. Okay, so maybe I think that's a good project for today. What I planned on doing is the pink and the green are gonna be the same design, but on different colored backgrounds and different colored top dots. And then the red and the blue are going to be the same design. So sorry, the red and the blue, and I might put some different color top dots in there as well. So let's work on that. Now, do I have a sponge around? Yes, I do. Ooh. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Blue Pikachu. Okay, awesome. Thank you. The blue Pikachu 3. Thank you, Sharon. That's awesome. Now I can send Axel a message. So it was so sweet. Hey, Mandy. All right, let's get painting here. So here is the issue, right? When you compare the first rows on these two, this one has many more dots than this one, because this one is not in multiples of 6. This one and this one is, right? That's why the spacing on this one looks so precise for getting the line up in here. Oh my God, it is Axel. Hi, Axel. I'm sorry, I forgot that was your profile. Thank you so much for the paint. You are such a sweetheart. I didn't know, I couldn't find your username for some reason. My brain didn't take me there, and I couldn't find you, and I wanted so badly to thank you. That was so sweet of you, and it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous color. I've been using it on everything because it's so sparkly and it's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Axel. You are so sweet. I really wanted to thank you. So I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for such a kind gift. You're so sweet. So that's the paint we're going to be using today. So this one is lined up so that everything goes in to the corners of the star, right? Now, this one is not laid out for that. Many more dots in the center, right? So we now, short of pulling those dots off, which I have no idea if that's going to work on here. So that's test number 1. Let's do that test. Let's see. If you're going to have a heart attack, just know I'm going to try and pull some dots off of this to see what happens, okay? That was so sweet of you, Axel. That was so freaking kind. There you go. Okay, so let's see if I even can pull off the dots. So when I try to scrape it, at least with the wood, it's not coming off. Okay, now what if I try to scrape it with the micro dotter? It's really not probably going to come off. I could go in there, but it's going to take a lot of scraping, and I really don't want to completely ruin anything, right? I don't want to pull the color off the back. I'll fix this after, but see how, because I can paint over it, but I've pulled off the color of the ornament, okay? So I'm not going to try and scrape off those dots. What I am going to do instead is I am going to kind of redo this, and I'm going to try and replicate this second row of dots around this little teeny tiny one. So because the orientation is exactly where I want it to be, I'm going to put this up here. Mandy's back again. Just had a thought. Is this live going to be available to rewatch? Maybe I should do that. Yes, that's a really, really good idea. I'll put this one on my profile so people can rewatch it. I don't usually do that with the Saturday tutorials, but I will do that with this one. It will also go into Patreon, and Patreon will also get a recording of a mug painting party for today. So yes, thank you so much, Mandy Harris. I appreciate you coming back in there because I don't think I would have gone there in my brain today. So thank you for coming back to suggest that. All right, so I want to replicate the second row of dots around here, even though this is not the right number of dots in the first row for it to work out evenly, and as far as layout is concerned. So when that happens, I've seen other dot artists like Fine Rosa and Christine Ain. They do this as well, where they basically just looked, they treat every row as a solid line, as independent from the line before. I just joined recently. I'm glad you're here. How have you been, Axel? What's new and exciting? Are you doing okay? Okay. So in my mind, I'm looking at this row, and I am going to create a new row that is completely independent of the row before. Okay. So I'm going to use my size 2 of my DIY mandala stones. Actually, I think I'm going to use my size 1. And I'm actually going to add more paint to my little paint pot here too. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? Look at that deliciousness that you sent me, Axel. Look at it. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. I'm doing all right. You graduated. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Axel. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's so awesome. So freaking proud of you. No, I lied. I'm going to go back to the 2. So, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go to the size 1. And the size 1, I'm going to start lining it up differently. I'm going to line it up here. And then I'm going to go to each branch of the star, and just line it up. And I'm going to pretend that that other row doesn't even exist. Right? Now you've inspired me to buy some small wood. Oh, yes, do that. Yes, totally do that, Kathy. That is so freaking amazing, Axel. So proud of you. You work so hard. Every single one of you works so hard in your life to create good lives for yourselves. And I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves. Give yourself some credit. That's so wonderful, Axel. So what are you doing now? You're back for your victory lap, you said. Okay. So I did this one. So instead of recreating the second row, I'm actually just going to recreate the first row because it's a nice tight fit. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking and seeing, is there 1, when I go from one row to the next, is there 1 or 2 dots between. And when I look back at this one, on the original, there was only 1 dot. So that tells me that this one is a little bit small. So I'm going to go back over it with a slightly larger tool to make this dot just a little bit bigger. Lori's retiring in 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting, Lori. I know, it's been such a long time since we've seen you, Axel. It's so good to see you. Business leadership online and visit in person. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hi, Mary. It's fun. It's fun to jump on and do that every once in a while. I don't do it very often and show my face. I'm doing it more lately. But I will definitely be doing more of that. I forget that it's went from the other side of the phones, that it helps to see someone's face every once in a while and helps you feel a little more connected. And I think it's one of the beautiful things about this wonderful community that we're part of is having that connection, and being able to connect with each other. So even though those don't line up in different spaces and everything, it still looks okay. Like you wouldn't know if you didn't go looking for it, right? So I'm going to go to my size 3 now. So that's the key, is working completely independently from the row before. So now I'm going to go to my size 3, and now I can start working in the spaces. Right? Because the spaces are now lined up with where I want to go. Does that make sense, you guys? Whee! Oh, that's so amazing, Lori. Congratulations. It's the other thing I love about this community. We're just so many different lives, so many different kinds of lives. It's just such a wonderful little melting pot of everything. So when I skip a dot, that is because I like to be able to do that for my spacing. So let me show you what I mean. So if I'm going in with my 2 here, so if I do every other one, it gives me another point of reference. So if I do every one in a row, we all naturally tend to lean one way or another when we're doing our spacing, either a little too far to the right or a little too far to the left, and that can give us some uneven spacing. Whereas if we go with every other, the every other is going to be lined up with the 2 dots before, but now when I go to place this dot in here, I'm not so concerned with getting it right in that space here. I'm much more concerned with, am I at equal distance between those 2 dots? So if you ever have issues with spacing in your previous row, doing every other and then correcting some spacing in the middle there, that can help you correct spacing issues without carrying them through the rest of your piece. I find it helps me an awful lot with my spacing that way. I hope that helps. Let me know if that makes sense. But that is why I do that. It's for spacing. So let's go back in here now, and I'm going to grab my dotting tool to do some swoops. So we're going to do the center swoop first. Go up to about here. Super, super slow. There we go. Oh, no problem, Patty. I'm glad that's helpful. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Just learned something new. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. It makes a big difference, and because you can really correct a lot of spacing issues when you do that. The more points of reference that you have for lining things up, that's what guidelines do, right? They just give us a point of reference of where we can line things up. So if we can create our own points of reference in the piece by placing dots in a certain way, by going in a certain order, by skipping some and going back to them to backfill after, there's all kinds of different ways that we can either correct spacing issues or to help lay out spacing without necessarily needing guidelines. So it's all about points of reference. So every time you're going to lay down a new dot or start a new row, ask yourself, what are my points of reference for this particular section, right? Like when I'm looking and doing these swoops, my points of reference for these swoops are, am I going in kind of a straight line from the one across from me? But I'm very much paying attention to the distance from the end. Of course, we're getting some weather here, so hopefully we're all still here. Kathy's good at centering. So looking at points of reference, right? It's not only, I find it much easier to look at the distance from the end of the tip of the star than it is to try and estimate, am I going the same distance from the center, right? So you can change your point of reference as often as you need to if that's going to help with spacing. Okay, good, thanks. I'm glad you're still there. I'm on the 8th floor of an apartment building and I have significantly more reliable and stronger Wi-Fi, obviously. But we still do get affected by weather every once in a while. So I'm glad that that didn't kick us out entirely. Okay. So with this pattern, then I'm also going to do one of the things that I love to do, and you've probably noticed it in quite a few things that I do. I am totally addicted to adding these little lines of walking dots in between my swoops. So we're going to do that on this one too. So I'm going to take my micro dotter and just start dotting all the way down. We're getting a new ISP Monday. What is an ISP, Kathy? I'm sorry. I hope I know what it is when I hear it. My brain's not going there. When I started driving, I focused on the road in front. I was then taught to look further ahead. Yes, that's a really good analogy, Elizabeth. Yes, look towards where you want to end up. And it's a wonderful life lesson as well. Internet service provider. Thanks, Kathy. I hope that it works well for you. I know you've had a lot of frustrations too, and I hope that it does good for you. Let us know how you make out. Hi, Kim. The micro dotter, you can get it off of Amazon. I believe that I still have my Amazon list in my bio, the link in my bio. But it does come from Amazon. It's actually a clay sculpture tool. And it's freaking fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. My friend Jan actually gifted this to me, but she got it off of Amazon. The thing to realize with this is that with the micro dotter is really practice with it and know that it's going to behave differently with different paints, just like any other tool. You're welcome, Kim. I love this look though. Let's get back in there a little closer. So I will fix my lighting over the next little bit. I've thought about maybe pushing my table right up against the window to get a ton of natural light, but I'm still gonna get some new light bulbs for this lamp above my head. But we'll get there. We will get there. Hey, Tracy. The other thing to keep your eyes open for, we're going to be putting some posts up in Christina Lee's group. We are doing a Canadian version of the Traveling Dot Mandala canvas. So we're going to be starting that very, very soon. We're going to be choosing colors very soon. And then I'm going to start it off and we're going to get that baby starting to travel around Canada. So please stay tuned. I will put some posts up as well, some kind of promo posts to pull you over to Christina's group where we're going to be doing most of those updates. But there are 9 of us in total that are going to be doing this. We're going to each do about an inch of the canvas. And it's going to be so much freaking fun. So definitely stay tuned for that. Isn't it going to be awesome, Tracy? I'm so excited. And this is going to be the first one. This is not going to be the last one. We will be doing this again. I'd be happy if as soon as that one gets out of my hands, I start another group and do it all over again. So we will be doing this. I don't know if that's a little too ambitious, but please know we will be doing more. So if you are in Canada, then please make sure you let me know if that's something you're interested in, or at least keep your eyes open for more posts for that sort of stuff. But it is being spearheaded through Christina Lee's Facebook group. So expect the most updates to come from there, okay? There is one, Lily Rose Fox and David, what's David's last name? Elizabeth, I know you're going to know it. They are spearheading a UK one. Which is really, really cool. And yeah, we'll be definitely doing another US one. I mean, they're doing another US one right now, but we'll definitely be doing another Canadian one. At this point, oh, it's Benjamin. David Benjamin, thank you. Thank you, guys. At this point, I don't think any more on board. I think I'd like to keep it with this number right now of what we've got for now. For the first one, but we will see what we can do. I did this once with quilt squares. Oh, that's cool, Patty. Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really neat. The first one that was done in the US turned out absolutely amazing. And I know that we're going to put a lot of that stuff. Damn it. Okay. Everybody still here? We have a really bad thunderstorm going through. Hopefully everybody's still here. Of course, right after me saying that I've got much stronger, more reliable Wi-Fi, it cuts out a couple times. That sounds about right, eh? You have a storm too? Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you're still here. Okay, good. Aaron's in California. I'm here looking for micro daughters. So if you want to see, let me zoom out a little bit here. So that's kind of what it looks like. It's got that little handle. And the one that I had came in a pack of 2. Christina Lee has one that she uses as well that's on her Facebook group too. There's a couple different good ones out there, but I definitely recommend if you aren't able to find the one that I use, find something that's a super sharp point because it will come in so incredibly handy. No bad weather where you are, Axel. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we've got one more to do in here for the larger dot. So I'm going to go to my size 5 and we're going to place a dot right in here. Right there. Dee-dee-dee. These fun little projects that just don't take a ton of time. It satisfies some instant gratification too, right? Not available. It's Pregmano. That's the other one. Oh, that's disappointing. Ooh. All right, so now we're gonna do some dots. So I'm gonna use my micro dotter again and just do these dots coming out from the ends. One here. So yeah, Kathy Howarth, if you're still here, I was totally gonna reach out at some point and say, do you think we could make like an actual good hoodie like this for Audrey with the padded sock in there? But you know what, guys? It's working. And if it gives her time to heal, I can deal with her being mad at me for a while she wears the hoodie. So we'll see what happens. In Tornado Alley. Oh no. Yeah, that's the worst, eh? When you're in a spot that's prone to the bad weather. Oops. Oh, that was almost bad. That's the problem with ornaments like this, the stuff that's pre-colored, is that if you make a mistake, you're living with it. Right. Ah, look at Sharon. Sharon for the win. Kathy, there is your link. Thanks, Sharon. Amazing. Ooh, can hear the wind. Holy cow. Fortunately, this thing doesn't turn. They're not high quality ornaments, so I'm not getting that to go anywhere. And there we go. Once that dries, I can put some top dots on it. I think that looks pretty though. I like seeing a whole bunch of ornaments all put together that all look kind of the same. Hi, Jan. Aren't they cute? I have all these little ones lying around. So I'm working on creating some sets. I have a couple that I created that I wasn't super happy with the spacing on because of the layout. Sorry, the lighting's not the best. But they were kind of practice ones, but then I'm gonna put them all together. There we go. But I had this little container. I got them from Target about 3 or 4 years ago, Jan, and I've never touched them. And then I was moving them out, and there we go. 4 of them for $7. What, Kathy, for the stars? The wooden stars? And you totally do need to get some. You totally do. All right, so. Yeah, they're neat, eh? I'm really sad that I don't have more of them because I would totally get a whole bunch more. All right, so I am going to do, I think I'm going to do them all the same pattern. You just get different colors and maybe different color top dots. Oh, for the micro daughters, Kathy? Jan was the lovely soul that gifted me my micro daughters. Thank you, Jan. I still love them so much. So when you're correcting a row, if your spacing in the first row isn't there, it's really hard to ignore that row before. But treat it as if it's a brand new row, completely independent of what happened before, and that can give you some spacing stuff. And if anybody has any questions about the cards, please let me know. And like I said, after this week, I should be in a much better... Oh, crap, I think we just cut out again there. I think I'll be in a much better position at the end of this week to start doing a lot more lives. So stay tuned for a fairly full live schedule. My goal is to do lives on all 3 platforms and eventually expand to Twitch as well. I know I've been talking about that for a while, but I really, really, really want to do it. So just know that that is something that will be coming down the pipes. But at the very least, I'll be doing a lot more lives on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So yeah, I would love to be able to just sit down and just go live all day and see what happens, right? All right, so now I need my size 3. That's a good deal, Kathy. $7 for 4 of them. That's pretty fantastic. I love these little ones. Like I said, I've got some big projects that I really need to work on, but I haven't had a chunk of time where I could sit down for a couple hours and just paint yet. So these little guys have given me a little bit of something to do. A little bit of inspiration and some instant gratification. I'm gonna go there and there, and then I'll come in and do my swoops after. I did this the opposite way before. I did my swoops first, but this one I'm gonna go this route. My dog snuck out and was outside. Oh no! Safe and sound now though. That's scary when the dogs sneak out, eh? See if I can get one of each of these done, minus the top dots, but if I can get a blue one and a green one maybe done at the end of this live, that would be cool to have a full 4-piece set there. I find most of my instant gratification is chocolate and buying stuff I just don't need. I have no idea what you're talking about, Jan. I can't relate to that at all. This is from the girl who's been living off of Cheetos, Pepsi, and chocolate for the last 2 years. I swear I've eaten more real food since I moved in with my mom than in the last 2 weeks, not even a full 2 weeks yet, more than I have in the last 2 years. Now, when I say real food, I mean like cooking chicken fingers in the oven as opposed to eating a bag of Cheetos for dinner. That's my version of real food. However, it's still closer to real food. Bye, Paula. It was good to see you. Thanks for popping in. And if you know of anybody that you think would really like the card decks, please let me know and share my video if you think that it's something that they would really enjoy. I'd really like to get that first 100 decks ordered so that we can start doing that. I'm really excited. But we shall see. It's fun nonetheless. All right. And again, remember that we are going to be doing the Canadian leg of the traveling canvas, the traveling dot mandala. That should be getting ready to head out of my hands to the second leg, maybe next week, hopefully next week. And then it'll start traveling around to everybody. We're going to choose colors here very soon. And thank you to everybody who jumped on at the beginning of the live and shared absolutely amazing ideas through the guesses of what this... I do feel like we are close to being on borrowed time here, though, so we're going to keep going, of course, until 3 o'clock, but the internet is not cooperating. which is really horrible to say now that I'm actually living somewhere. Maybe see what you painted. What I painted when. I completely lost that track, that train of thought, Sharon. I'm so sorry. Let me know what you would like to see. Would you like to see like the stones that I've done in the last little bit and the piggy bank that I started? Oh, yes, I will share that. I haven't painted my leg yet over the traveling canvas. Yeah, I haven't painted that yet. I will definitely post about that. But I haven't done mine yet. We haven't picked colors, but I will 100% share it with you when I will 100% share it with you once it's done. For sure. Sorry. Yeah, I'm excited to do that, though. I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what everybody else adds to it. But yeah, I will share as much of it as humanly possible. I'm hoping I can film actually painting it, because I'd like to be able to show some work in progress videos too. That'd be fun. I don't know if everybody's going to film their legs, but I'm going to offer to them that if they want to film it and send me the video, I'll edit it into usable content for them if they want. Yes, I'm totally going to film it. And Kathy, I'm so excited. You made my brain relax into patterns, because I've never done patterns before, and you've totally made my brain relax into that. So thank you for that. I can teach you how to learn to edit videos, Kathy. I can do that. I use an app called InShot, but I can totally do like a quick video on that if you'd like. Yeah, I think, and that's the thing, Elizabeth, it's going to be, we need to be really honest with each other in this traveling canvas group, because with the holidays and everything coming up, life is going to get a little hectic, right? So I don't think we need to, live and die by the idea of 1 week. It's let's aim for a week, and if we can't do it, we can't do it, and let's just talk to each other and figure out what we need to do to adjust the timeline, right? It's not the end of the world, especially with the holidays coming up. I think communication is really going to be the key there, but I think it's something I will remind everybody that, you know what? Nobody is going to die if we don't stay on that 1 week timeline. This is supposed to be fun, and if there's something that's come up, we'll deal with it, right? Oh, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe I'll put that in the group to see what everybody thinks. That might take some pressure off for over the holidays and just not get it going out and around until then. Either look them up online or wing it. Yeah. It definitely might be better to start after New Year's. That's a good idea. I'll do a couple videos though of how to edit video and stuff, and share them on the Facebook on the Facebook group, and maybe even on TikTok and stuff, for how I edit videos and the apps and stuff that I use. Because if that's ever helpful, even for editing photos, I'll share what I use, and maybe you guys are using apps. Some people are using apps that I haven't heard of that might be a really good resource, and maybe what I'm using might be helpful, right? Yeah, it does tend to be slow, and that can show it up. Can slow things up. And then maybe after Christmas too, life tends to get a little quiet for a little bit, right? Oh, that's a good idea. Writing it down, Kathy. Thank you. Business tips. like vid editing for Patreon. Doesn't it look delicious, Jan? Isn't it gorgeous? Did you hear that Axel sent me this as a gift? I got it in the mail. And the cool thing is that as these paints dry, you kind of get the tinge of the color. So the pearl in person now looks almost like it's a slightly pink pearl color. Yeah, I don't know if you can kind of see that on here. See how it's almost kind of a pink tinge that's actually showing up. I'm interested to see if it looks like that on the blue. It doesn't, I think it's more the orange and the pink that do that, but I think it looks really neat. It kind of goes in there. I love it. You need to have member exclusive content to make it worth the price of subscription. Well, and that's what I thought I was doing with the recordings of these tutorials, right? You can join it live, but if you want the recording, you've got to be part of the Patreon. But these are the things that I need to get together with some people and do some brainstorming, not only with the current Patreon members, but with people who aren't members of my Patreon and what they would want to see. Because my brain is having a hard time coming up with that sort of stuff. So the patterns, I think, is going to be a really, really good addition to that. Like maybe one a month, a new pattern a month. That would be really cool. And that could be a lower price tier compared to getting 4 new videos a month, right? So we can create some different tiers there, which would be really awesome. Yeah. So yeah, right now what I do is you can attend the live for free, but if you want the recording, you got to be a member of the Patreon. So that's the exclusivity that I have right now, but I do think that there's opportunities for trying some different stuff, right? So we'll do some brainstorming. We'll play around, and I will totally pick your brains for anybody who's willing to brainstorm with me. I will happily pick your brains. All right, so far we have 3 of these. How are we doing for time? All right, let's do a green one. Let's do a quick green one. And then we'll have a full set here, which will be cool. So I'm gonna go in with the size 2. I'll have to send you the pic of the mandala I did the other day. It came out really cool. I like it enough to try to do another. Fantastic. Yes, please send me the picture. I would love to see it. Thanks, Jan. How you doing, Jan? How is the foiling on rocks going? Is it fun? Are you enjoying it? From the stuff that you've posted, it looks really cool. Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, our internet is fighting back here today. Just when I think I'm in a spot where I'm going to have reliable internet, and this is what happens, eh? Well, it's still more reliable than it ever was at the farm, so we'll take it. We will take it. We will roll with the punches. Jan is good, missing dotting. Life getting busy and it's hard to do a whole bunch of things at once too, right? You almost have to switch around from project to project, but the dotting's always going to be here. It's always going to be here for you whenever you are ready for it, whenever you need it, right? It's always going to be here. Oops, I'm out of camera here. But I'm glad you're doing good, Jan. Always good to see ya. I see the pictures coming through, Kathy, so I'll take a look at them when we're done the live here. I'm excited to see. Super excited to see. And I'm excited to try patterns for the first time ever. I was always hell-bent against doing them, but the idea of being able to just show the camera what I'm doing and then use it later, I think that would be fantastic. I think that's going to make it a much more enjoyable process. So thank you again for that. And I can do minis too, right? Here's a mini pattern. Or here's a bigger pattern. Yeah, I do that too. Like, now that I'm thinking it, gotta do it now or else I won't remember. Good thing you can't see me. Oh, I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you look great. I'm sure it would be wonderful to see ya. And it doesn't matter regardless. I just love you. However everybody shows up today is how I'm gonna love you. Are you okay? Kathy got in there too. Good. Yeah, are you all right? I've been really out of touch with the chat, so I apologize if all of this is in their chats and I've missed it. Oh shoot. Too much paint on that one. That's okay. No. Oh, just painted your and yourself. I'm glad that you're good. I'm glad that you haven't been ill. That's good. It's hard not to when you're painting a big wall, not to get it all over yourself. I don't know how people stay clean when they're doing that. I get it in my hair, on my face, everywhere. Story of my life. And this is me like wiping the paint on my hand, right? So yeah, we're all in that. Especially when you're painting walls and rooms and stuff. We're going to be painting here at the apartment, at my mom's apartment. And she has given me free rein as far as adding artwork. So I think I'm going to do a couple murals. Got it all over your boob. I hate that when my boobs get in the way and then stuff gets all over them. That always happens to me at meals. Lean across the table to grab the ketchup. My boob goes right in the potatoes. Right? And the worst is not feeling it. Everyone's like, oh, you got something on you there. Well, totally didn't feel it. Manon says hi to everyone. She was not feeling up to joining. She's going to veg out and watch some TV. Have you guys seen the new comedy called Ghosts? It reminded me because it's got the girl who was in the show iZombie, which is a comedy. It's hilarious. But if you haven't seen the show Ghosts yet, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Couple boob prints on the wall. Good thing I was doing the second coat. So if you haven't watched Ghosts yet, I highly recommend it. It's very, very dry, sarcastic humor. So if you're looking for a new show, I think there's only been 3 episodes so far. 3 episodes? 2 episodes. But it's fantastic. I haven't been excited about TV in a long time, and that show is like, yes, I want more. All right, we're almost done these. I haven't watched Squid Game yet. What is that? Maybe Jan's just perkier than the rest of us. It's horror. I don't do good with horror, so I will try. I don't know if I could do it, though. I don't do good with horror. The closest to horror that I can watch would be I was able to do Walking Dead. Vampire stuff I can do. And like Supernatural, like the show Supernatural, because it was really funny too. I don't do well. Like my mom loves American Horror Story. She's like, you want to watch it with me? I'm like, not enough money on God's green earth to get me to watch that show. Absolutely not. Or she watches like those ghost hunters that go into the old facilities and try to do recordings like the freaking Blair Witch Project stuff. I'm like, nope, can't do it. Supernatural is fantastic. Do I have a bubble on one? Oh, yep, you're right. I do. There we go. Okay. Popping bubbles. You can do that with my micro daughter as well. But just make sure it's dry. If your tool, whether it's a toothpick or you're using your micro daughter, it's not going to pop bubbles if it is still wet with paint. Okay, so if you're trying to pop a bubble and it doesn't work, dry your tool off. And then it should pop it for you. Sometimes you have to wait for them to come up to the surface. That one's in there too deep, so we'll wait for that to come up. Thanks, Jan. The boot prints are knee level. Oh, I missed you, Jan. Yeah, American Horror Story is just, no, it's next level. Holy wind. Holy cow. That is picking up speed. And that's crazy. They're saying that our warm spell is going to be over. We've had some fairly nice weather, but it's almost over and we're going to start going into true fall and getting the chilly weather soon. I'm happy that I'm heading up to the farm on Monday to bring a bunch of stuff back, try and get it done before the weather really turns too much. I'm excited to get a bunch more stuff out of there and in here, just to feel more settled too, right? I'm ready to start to feel more settled. I don't think that one's a bubble. I think that's goop. All right. Now I've learned 2 new things today. There you go. Bubbles all up in those big dots. Oh, they are too. Look at them all. Look at them all. Ding. Ding. Paint might be too dry by now. That's okay. That's all right. Turned your scent? Yes, I'm in Ontario too, Patty. Yeah. Yeah, definitely book your appointment to get your snow tires on soon, because those appointments are going to fill up fast too. That was the world that I used to live in, the dealership world. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. I'm glad that's not my world anymore. That world did me good, but I'm done with that world. All right, so there we go. There's the 4. You need to let Mom out of her room. I promise I'm not miserying her. She is allowed to leave. I promise. Not worse snow tires here. It's ice and usually melts the next day. It's so funny because I've never driven with snow tires. Never. But I also drive like a 90-year-old lady. Like, I'm the one, I set my cruise for like 5 over the speed limit. So I've always had that. Thanks, Jan. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. So I'm going to add some top dots onto these. I've got some nice metallic pearls that I'm going to use. Some metallics that'll go on here. I'm thinking maybe gold on top of the green, or gold on the blue, and then red on the green and green on the red. So that'll be good. I would so be in your face. Totally. People don't like driving with me at all. And I don't blame them. I get it, because I'm really, really, really slow. But I enjoy myself. I just take my time, and it takes me however long it takes me. But people hate driving with me. They're like, it's the pedal on the right. Off you go. But I'm always at least doing the speed limit or 5 more. But I'm not usually doing too much more than that. That's a lie, except on the highway. When I'm on the highway, I do about 15 over. Kilometers, too, to our American friends. I do about 15 kilometers over the speed limit. You too, Cindy? Kathy's got the lead foot. Yeah, nobody would want to be behind me. You'd be right up my ass, I'm sure. You'd be really angry with me if you were driving behind me. All right, you guys. So this, we did a lot. We did an awful lot today. We did 3 ornaments. We did a new product launch. I've got a huge piece of paper full of all kinds of ideas. Elizabeth and Sharon and I are going to talk about one-on-ones and brainstorm that a bit. We're going to, all kinds of stuff coming down the pipes. I'm going to work on patterns. We're going to have some holiday-themed paint parties coming up. We got the launch of the deck. We're going to do expansion packs with swear words and color palettes, maybe some calendars. I will post this live so that people can rewatch it. So yeah, give me to the end of this week to continue kind of getting settled, and then buckle in for a nicely padded live schedule. So we'll be able to spend a lot more time together. Let's see. Manitoba has one of the highest fines, double over 100 or over construction. Oh, wow. I knew double in over a construction zone, but double over 100. That's, wow. That's good to know. That's good to know for if I'm driving out that way. You're most welcome, Patty. Thank you guys so much for coming and being part of this live. I had so much fun sharing the cards with you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you guys more about all of these amazing ideas. So I will put this video on the Patreon, but I will also put last night's mug painting party in there for you too, just because today's wasn't super tutorial stuff, but we still managed to cover a couple things that was helpful to a few people. So I'm always grateful when I can share information that hopefully makes your lives a little easier. And just thank you. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for the support and the encouragement. You are why I continue to do this. You are why I will continue to work my ass off to make this to keep this as my full-time job so that we can do. I will. Oh, that's a really good idea. I will do that. Thank you, Kathy. I'll do that when I post the video. Very, very much. Oh, Rex, I'm so glad you're still here. It was so wonderful knowing that you were here. I'm sending you so much love. You need anything, all you got to do is ask. We're here for love, okay, you guys? And I guess we'll see you again next Saturday. And yeah, I'll post as much as I can and get back into the swing of things. I'm looking forward to being able to spend more time with you soon. Lots of love, you guys. Please take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.